Zohar parashat Balak le yom shelishi. Vatarav Elazar v'amar. Mi bachem yirei Hashem v'gomer. Ma shomer bekol avdo. Akira ukmuha chavaria betzalotav v'achiru. Ma deragil emete lebet kinishta. וסלע ויום החדה לעתה, כשביחו שאיל עלה ואמר מי בכם ירא השם שומע בקול עבדו, אשר הלך חשיכים ואין נוגע לו. Rabbi Elazar says, who from you fear Hashem, and that he hears the voice of his servant. We have explained this pasuk, and we have said that this is about the tefillah. And but it says who is usually going to the Bet HaKnesset to pray, and one day he doesn't come. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu asks, says, why didn't he come? Where is he? As it is written, Mibachem Yirei Hashem. Who from you fear Hashem? Who that hears the voice of his servant, right? So this Hashem that hears the voice. He goes in the chosher, in the obscurity, and doesn't get what he's supposed to get. שואל, מה שומע בקול עבדו? כיוון דאיתמה ובריאה או בנביאה או גבר חרה. מה יהיה בנביאה או גבר חרה לצלותה? בגין דצל לצלות שומע בקול נביאה או דגבר בעלמא. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a Navi, about a prophet, or we're talking about a man? What is so important for the Navi to say about a man that should come to pray? Because when it says here that Hashem hears the voice of his servant, is it the voice of his prophet, or is it the voice of that man? He says, because as we know, this pasuk here is said by Yeshaya, right, the Navi. אלא דצד צלותים לכל יומה, הוא שומע בהו כל דקחלה דקושה בלכו ומשתבח בה. ואמר דהו עבדו ודאי. שומע בקול במה קול בהו דקחי עבדו. שפע אלאה איהו דנפק עלי קול דהו עבדו. ותו דקלה השתמר בכל עינון רקיחין דהו עבדה דמלכה קדישה. ודאי הוא שומע בקול עבדו. It says the one that prays his tefillot every day. Him or his neshama is when we say that shomea bekol, that means that Hashem hears this voice. In reality, it's not that it means that the person hears the voice. Which voice does he hear? He hears the voice of Hashem that praises this person, this man, right? That comes to pray. And why? Because as it is written, shomea bekol avdo. So who is the Eved? Eved is the man that is praying, but he's the servant. And who hears the voice he hears the voice of Hashem that's praising him. And just the fact that he's called a servant of Hashem is already a praise for that person. And even more, that this voice, right, that Hashem says that this person is a servant, is heard in all the firmaments, in all the worlds. And this is what the kavanah, right? The intention was shomea bekol avdo. Asher ala chashechim ve'en noga lo, vechi begin dela iteta lesalute ala chashechim ela ukmuha. And it says that the one that doesn't pray, right? Doesn't come to pray. He goes into the obscurity. He said it's a bit hard, to understand that. Is it because just he didn't pray that he goes to the obscurity? I mean, is it like a punishment? Is it a punishment that he did? He says not really. What it means here is that the fact that he did not come to pray is not that he's going to obscurity, but he gave possibility. And when we say obscurity, we're talking about all the negative forces, right? He gave them the possibility to have power on him. So he went into their territory, if we can say that, because they're there, they want to dominate, right? So the person has to come out of that, has to say, hey, I don't want to be here. I'm not listening to this. I'm going out. I'm going to the synagogue. I'm going to do what I have to do. But if he stays there, then what happens? He goes and he becomes part with this obscurity and this negative force. אבל הפירוש הוא, לפי הסוד, עד לא שתקישנו ישחק לבתי כנסיות לסלה, שטחה אחרה קיימה וסגח כל נאורים עילאים ולתפשטו ויקראו על עלמי, תלזימלים ביומה, אז שטח אחרה לכל נגבר משביל בעלמה. והוא עידן ניקה לסעותה בגין אלה ותאמן, לכתבו הכלל. It says, but the secret of this is that before men get together in the Bet Knesset to come pray, this is negative force that is up and trying to stop all these energies, all these lights, right, to come down. That's what he does. And he does that 3 times a day. And this 3 times a day, this is when the person has to understand that and say, no, I don't want to be. I want to get, and I will not let this negative force stop these lights or positive energies to come to me. And then he goes through this like a soldier, right? That goes through and gets where he's supposed to go. And this is to come to pray in the Bet Knesset. Is also why. He says, because if he does not come, then the accuser, right, is there outside. But when he comes inside the synagogue, then he's protected. There's a time where he has to let him go. When he's here, he's out of his reach. הוא עידן לסלותה בגין אימון אז לילי משלטה בתורי חשוב ואחד נפשי. כי דן פתיחין כבן נאורין נילאים ונפקד דשרין על בתי כנסיות ברשיון אימון לסלטה לזוטין בתפלג נאורין הרשעו. שהבליחו שאיל על ההוא דלה שתיקח תמן ואמר חבל על פנניה דאהבה רגיל לך והשתה דאלר החשיכים מתאהבה מקמא נאורין ואלר שתתה בתוריה דאלמה. ונפק מההוא נוגר נאורן נערים ולד בחולקה אין נוגר לו כמה דיפליג ושריה לחנין דתמן כמה תבין ברדו מיני. It says, and when is the time of the tefillah? And when man was able to push out this obscurity and come and be part of this light, right? Then it says that then it opens all these windows. See, that's the idea of coming also to the Bet Knesset, is to open, is to counter the effect of this negative force. Negative force, its purpose is to stop those lights. The one that comes and prays and does all the positive things, it's like a war, right? He comes and he makes sure that the contrary effect is going to be done. So it says here, and then when these men that are in the Bet Knesset, they have this special light that comes on the head of each one of them. And Hashem asks, oh, too bad that this person could not be here. That's why he asks. He says, where is he? But in reality, he doesn't ask where is he, because he knows he's home. He didn't say, like, why didn't he come? He knows why he didn't come. He didn't come because he was lazy and he didn't want to wake up. He didn't want to make the effort. But in reality, what he asks is here, he says, how come he was not strong enough to fight this negative light? Why didn't he have the merit to be able to conquer it in a way and to come? Why? What is it that is missing? So if he would have came here, then he would have gotten this positive energy. Like we said, the accuser is not here. So then it's a time for him to get this force that he needs. And he says, if he was able to look and see this light on each one of the ones that are praying, then of course it will be different. But this is what happens, that we don't see it. If we saw it, everybody will be here. But we don't see it, but we have the emunah, right? We believe that it's there. And this is our strength. And it says also the fact that he didn't come. He says, how much goodness did he waste? How much he could have gotten by coming, and he didn't come. This is really the question that Hashem is asking. And it says also here that, as it is written, that Ibtar b'shem Hashem b'chlala de'eved de'kalma. He says also that Hashem promises him. See, like he promises, he says that he will not waste anything, because the person thinks by not coming he's wasting something. He's wasting time, He's wasting energy. He's wasting his time to go to work. He's wasting time. He's not wasting anything. He's gaining. He's really gaining. And that's why then he merits to be called Eved Hashem, a servant of Hashem. And this is the highest merit that someone can get, is to have this title. The Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says to his son, Rabbi Elazar, my son, for sure, you have Ruach HaKodesh, and you have also the Ruach of a Navi, of a prophet, to be able to see all this truth. Hashem le'olam. Amen. Amen.